Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing this afternoon? My name is Carville Bailey, and I am your host, Bless the Ball TV, and this is Life and Basketball. Life and Basketball. Wait, see if we get any build-uppers. So I'm going live on Facebook and IG. So invite people. Invite people. Nice warm day today. Again, everybody be careful. Try to stay out of harm's way. That's what I was always told. Try to stay out of harm's way. Hey, Mama, how you doing? Got my mom logged on. Mama's always will be there to give you that extra push. Okay, so I'm gonna start in a minute, regardless. All right, they say in show business, the show must go on. Show must go on. So again, this is our first show of Life and Basketball, where we come to speak on life and basketball, and we try to put them together, tell the correlation of the two, and see what we can fix. See what we can fix things that's happening in our lives as well as with basketball. So that's what the show is. The show is to not only encourage, but to steer in the proper direction, to enlighten, to educate, to just give some better understanding about how things are going on in the basketball community, as well as in the lives of those that are affected by basketball, which is really everybody. Everybody's watching the playoffs right now, NBA playoffs. So that's basically what we will be doing on this show. We will normally probably go on Tuesdays and Thursdays, same time, 4 o'clock. We'll have our normal Bless the Ball TV show on Wednesdays. Try to get that going back. So real briefly, I just want to touch on 3 topics. Tonight, real fast. And so the show is being sponsored by Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. All right, we are a year-round skill development company where we focus on mental, physical, emotional, academic, building up. That's what we do. We build those up physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, academically, all through the vehicle of basketball. So today we will start speaking on, all right, understanding the life, all right, of the game of basketball. All right, understanding life through the game of basketball. This is what we will be speaking on. This is kind of what we will be. This will be our launching pad today, where we will start from. Just want to read a couple excerpts of this book. You can go get this book. I will drop the link in both places. All right, but it's basically http://bit.ly bit.ly/bless to ball book. That's bless, the number 2, ball book. All right, so this will be our launching pad today. And basically what we're talking about today is we want to talk about opportunity. Okay, because so many people in the world now, everybody's saying, well, I didn't have the proper opportunity, or, I don't get the right opportunity. My teacher didn't call on me, so I didn't get the right grade, or my, coach, I didn't have the opportunity to play, or my boss, didn't give me the opportunity to get a promotion or whatever. All right, we are the ones that have to prepare ourselves to be put in position when those opportunities arise, because that opportunity may not arise at the place that you are now. All right, where you are now may be preparing you for someplace else that will give you that opportunity. So sometimes we have to be aware of where we're looking for opportunities. But opportunities are all around us. It's up to us to take advantage. Even me with this show here, even me with this show, it was an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to educate those about life and basketball. I can say, well, no one is coming to talk to me. I ain't getting no interviews to do any TV shows or any commentary or anything like that. But I had to make the opportunity for myself, but I also had to be prepared. And I've done things personally with education, experience, um, studying, researching, playing, just being a student of the game, just being a student of life, right? So that opportunity will come. But when you get that opportunity, are you going to be prepared for it? That's what it boils down to. And most people, when that coach calls that guy at the end of the bench and he doesn't think that he's ready, right? Quick story. I was in grammar school, and actually, yeah, I was like in the 8th grade. And my buddies who had since went on to high school had a buddy who, was on the basketball team, never played. He was on the sophomore team and he never played. And so back when I was in high school, we used to wear our warm ups, and they had snaps and the warm up jacket. The high school where I was going to attend at that point, Ridge South High School. And so one of my buddies said, you know what, coach don't play me. But that got to the point to where he would send people to the concession stand right there to buy popcorn and all that. And he would be sneaking popcorn, eating it during the game, because it's like, hey, I know I ain't gonna play. And so one day he said, you know what, I ain't gonna even wear my jersey. I'm gonna just wear my warm up. And lo and behold, that day, coach called his number. All right, that guy will remain nameless. I don't even think that he's on social media, but he will remain nameless. Coach called his number, and everybody knew what was going on. And the coach was like, "Come on!" And he had to go up to the coach because he had to enter the bench. You don't want to holler it down. You have to act like he was getting ready to go in the game. Went up to the coach and said, "Coach, I don't have my jersey on." I don't have my jersey on. He wasn't prepared. Coach said, "Man, go sit down." Now, I don't even have to tell you the rest of the story, how long or how many games after that he played. His season was basically over. And really, at that point, his career at Ridge South was basically over. Because now you take things for a joke. Regardless if you're playing or not, if you're getting those hours at work or not, if you're getting called on at school or not, when you do get called on, are you going to be prepared? Because you never know when your number going to be called. You never know. But then I had another guy, and I know this guy very well because this guy was me in college, freshman year of college, and we had a lot of great players. So at that point, I was like the second or third guard, waiting to get in. I was a freshman. I believe we went to maybe Carthage or somewhere. We were out of town in Wisconsin or Indiana somewhere, and you know, Some games I would play, freshman year, some games, I would play more than others. And, coach called my number. And I got in, I scored about 7 points in like a real short span of time and hit a shot to kind of spark the momentum. Well, I was prepared. That was the difference. Now, things happen, but you have to be working on you to make sure that when that number called, you're ready. So that's where we launch it from. All right, opportunities do come true. This is an excerpt from my book here. I understand life through the game of basketball. Opportunities do come true. You just better be prepared when that moment arrives. So I'm going to just read to you a brief excerpt. The book is an easy read. All right. So it starts, I talk about my childhood, but it says, fast forward some years later. Yes, I was still chubby, but even smarter. I played for school teams and went to basketball camps. Then one day, a guy from Charlotte, North Carolina was drafted by my home team, Chicago Bulls, and the game, as I knew, changed. My mom sacrificed enough to bless me to be able to go to Michael Jordan camp, and I failed miserably. Yes, failed. Attending camp with 3 close friends, they were all put in their older age group, and each of them made the all-star team and won free shoes. Sadly, I returned home full of knowledge, yet empty-handed. So I learned, but empty-handed. I basically failed from my standpoint because I didn't come home with no goodies like my 3 buddies. Fast forward a year later, after having studied harder and harder and worked more and more, my coach that year, who was also a mentor of mine and gave me a shot to coach in college, all right, that's Coach of South Suburban, Coach Bugatti, started to call me Magic. MJ23 would follow us around campus at times to see who this kid was at his camp that everybody was calling Magic. Needless to say, I had a better camp that summer, and at the end of the week, when I went to go pick up my shoes, let's just say my idol, the greatest player ever, had some parting words for me, which let me know that he in fact knew who I was. It's an excerpt from my intro to my book. So the first year I went, didn't win nothing. No accolades, no nothing. Just, spend that. Back then might have been 375, real high. I said, my mom sacrificed. Got nothing. Got a whole lot of knowledge, met some good people, nothing. But I had to work, I had to prepare, I had to get myself together. Went back the next year after another year sacrifice. My mom was able to get me to go back the next year. And the next year I was prepared. And I was in an older group. And let's just say I showed out. Chubby or not. They was calling me Magic at Michael Jordan's camp. So literally Mike would we would go outside. Camp was at Elmhurst. They had outside courts and a few inside courts. And every time it seemed like we had a game, I would look around at some point and Mike is in the cut because he wouldn't know who is this little fat dude, this chubby dude. That like all the counselors, King Rice, B.J. Armstrong, Sean Elliott, Brian, I can't think of his name, played for Georgia Tech with Kenny Anderson and them. It was a King Rice, it was a host of college guys there. Those were our counselors that played Division I basketball. And then it had some college coaches. And these dudes was calling me Magic at his camp. So he wanted to know, who is this guy? Because I'm out there dropping dimes and just playing hard. I had a point to prove. That first year, I went home crying. I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. I figured, yeah, man, I'm gonna go. I'm about to, kill these dudes. Wasn't so. But the following year, I was prepared, and then my number was called. Got my free gym shoes. Got all my, little stuff. That made the camp that much more worthwhile. Because now my mama sacrificed me to go to camp. Now she didn't have to pay no money to get me no shoes for the rest of the summer. But those was courtesy of Nike and Michael Jordan. And so as I say, let's just say at the end of the camp when they called me down to, get my stuff, and he shook my hand, and he, said a few things that, I obviously didn't put in the book, but let's just say that he wasn't, and, Mike's a serious dude, he joked, but he'd be serious. Let's just say, Mike, like, this is my camp. Let's not forget that. This is my camp. But at that point, he knew who I was. So you have to be prepared for the opportunities in life. Whenever they come, just be prepared. Do what you have to do. All right. Work while you wait. All right. Write that down. Tweet that out. Facebook it. Instagram it. Whatever you got to do. Work while you wait. While you waiting on that thing, are you working on? Are you working on yourself? So when that thing come, or can you produce something? But while you waiting, you should be working. You shouldn't just be waiting dormant. Man, I'm waiting on something to happen. You got to be working while you wait. Work while you wait. So that's, the first part that I wanted to touch on. If anybody got any questions, feel free to type them, in the chat. That's what this show is. It's interactive question and answer. Feel free to, type them in the chat. Scott, my old neighbor. I don't know if you're still on, man. What up? What up, Brian? What up? I hope your baby got something. Oh, we got to talk. I'm going to text you after this, too, so we can get that taken care of. So the next thing that I want to talk about, we talk about opportunity. All right, so how does basketball, how does that relate to life? We already spoke about that. But now I want to talk about Isaiah Thomas. And not Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas of the Boston Celtics. And for those of you that don't know, all right, Isaiah Thomas got his name. He is named after Isaiah Zeke Thomas from the west side of Chicago, the guard that played for Washington and this, Washington College that's at Boston now. All right, was drafted by Sacramento Kings. All right, but so the reason he's named after Isaiah Thomas, and I heard this, heard his dad talking about it. His father is an avid Lakers fan. And his best friend was an avid Detroit fan. So his father bet his best friend back when the Pistons played the Lakers. He said, man, if the Pistons beat the Lakers, I will name my son Isaiah. Now, his name Isaiah, right? So we ain't got to guess what happened, right? Obviously, that had to be the 88, 89 series. Yeah, because the Lakers won 87, 88, and then 86, 87, 87, 88, then 88, 89, 89, 90, the Pistons won, but they beat Portland 89, 90, and then the Bulls beat them 90, 91 to go on their run. But so it was 88, 89. The Pistons beat the Lakers back to back. There you go, B. And he lost. So he had to name his son Isaiah. Now, me and my wife talk about it. I don't know how much, like, I couldn't make a bet with my boy Brian and say, if such and such lose, I'm going to name my son, LeBron James or Kobe, right? Like, I don't know if my wife would go, like, that's your bet. Like, you need to change your name or put on some clothes and shave your head, do something, shave your mustache, right? That's a bet that don't have nothing to do with our kid. But needless to say, that's how he got his name. So again, that correlates with what we talk about. Being prepared when the opportunity arrives. He wasn't. Obviously, when the buddy made the bet, all right, now the dad had to be prepared. No, on the flip side, though, obviously, dad had to be prepared to name his son that, because all a man got really is his word, and his future, right? Y'all know what I mean, but this will be a family show, okay? All a man got is his future and his word. So that's how the guy got his name. But fast forward, Isaiah Thomas, about 5'6", 5'7", right? One of the perennial point guards in the NBA right now. And the day before the playoffs started, his younger sister passed away in a car accident. Right, she was in a car accident driving by herself, and she, perished. And so it was hard for him. And this was when the Bulls were playing them. So they went down 2-0, to the Bulls. And obviously dealing with emotions, he had to kind of piece that in, because mind you, let's say the playoffs started on Monday. All right, his sister passed away that Sunday or that late Saturday night or Sunday. So now he has to process all this, but he still has to play. He wanted to play, right? His coach and the GM Danny Ainge, right? They like, you don't have to play. He like, no, I want to play. This is kind of my solace, right? So he played the game and did as much as he could, but the Bulls won the first two. And all of this was going on while, they're planning the funeral arrangements. He got to go back and forth to, where he's from, home. And it's tough. And after that, they went, they came to Chicago, and that was probably a good thing for him because, when you're on the road as a basketball player, all right, just so the parents understand, or players, whoever, when you're on the road as a basketball player, you're focused because you don't have to worry about nobody but you and the people that you rode on the bus with or that plane. My mom used to do, charter flights, right? She's a retired flight attendant. But she used to tell us how, those football teams, whatever, get on the planes. Money was big, probably wasn't as plentiful now, right? But they would get on charter flights. But it's just who you came with. When you go on the road, when you get home, you got to worry about tickets and this and that. Like, as a basketball coach, I used to hate home games because now we got to do a, guest list of, who getting in free, got to make sure that the sound man right, got to make sure that, whoever take care of the referee's going to be right. Obviously in college it's a little bit different because if you're in the pros, people take care of those things. But like junior college where I was head coach, sometimes you have to do a lot of that stuff by yourself. But on the road, it's just us. So we're focused. So the best thing probably happened to him was when they came to Chicago, right? One of my, former players, Jamil, that also works with me, he told me, he said, Coach, man, I seen him in Dave & Buster's, and so needless to say, the Pistons beat the Bulls 4 games. I mean, not the Pistons. I'm sorry. The Celtics beat the Bulls 4 games straight. And then they just went on to knock out Washington in 7 games. Well, Isaiah Thomas is playing phenomenal. Okay, so what does Isaiah Thomas have to do with opportunity and life in basketball? Well, we just talked about, the tragedy that he met with his sister. Well, I believe, this is just me, I believe, and you see that title in back of me, Blessed to Ball. Right? We are blessed to ball. We are blessed to play basketball because at any given moment it could be taken away. A sprained ankle. You look at Kawhi Leonard. Sprained ankle, go down with an injury. In college academics, grade school, high school academics, anything, you may not be able to play anymore. So you're blessed to be able to ball. Even for the ones that's out here getting money. So we're talking about life in basketball. The ones, that's out here on the block, the ones out here, hustling, the ones that's out here, even working a job, but, doing certain things and claim that they're balling, right? Balling. Well, they blessed because at any given moment they can get locked up. They can meet physical harm. Now they ain't balling no more. So even throughout maybe the sin or the bad that they're doing, they're blessed to be able to do the things that they do, like ball out, go to the club, by the bar, right? Whatever, they may do. They're blessed because at any given moment, feds can come, police can come, stick up man can come. So bless the ball has several different meanings. That's why I say understanding life through the game of basketball. It all intertwines. But going back to Isaiah Thomas, so it was something bigger than basketball. When his sister passed away, I believe that he understood that basketball is easy right now. It's difficult, but it's easy because my sister never coming back. So all I got to do is go out here and dribble this little orange thing and make this one orange thing match with the other orange thing and the rim and the ball and go in. That's all I got to do. So it's fun. So I believe that the game has slowed down to him because life is that much more bigger. So sometimes when we meet certain things in life, right, or a certain opportunity throughout the tragedy, I used to always tell my players, find the good in every bad situation. Find the good in every bad situation. So in that bad situation, the good thing is the game slowed down and he was able to see it like it's the ocean. It's real slow. Michael Jordan used to talk about when he hit that shot against the Jazz. He said when he hit that shot and he came down and played defense and got that steal on Karl Malone, he said when he was dribbling down court, the game was moving at a snail's pace. He was able to see everybody, everything. He was able to see everything before it happened. Because the game is moving slow now because your mind is. That's what I believe has happened to Isaiah Thomas. So it's bigger than basketball. So when the opportunity arose for him to have to elevate his game, it was easy. Because this is a blessing. And if we lose, we lose. But at this point, I ain't got nothing to lose because it's basketball. If we don't win, I still get to, God willing, wake up another day. So it's easy. Sometimes we put pressure on athletes and, even as coaches sometimes, but, and I try to tell my players all the time, you got to remember, it's a game. Yeah, we plan to win, but at the end of the day, it's a game. Especially in college basketball, the good thing about it, you get to play another one in a couple of days. Be prepared for the opportunity when it arises because that opportunity will come up. It will come up. So the last thing that I want to talk about, I want to try to keep the show about 30 minutes. All right, so just got a couple more minutes, but I'm down to my last segment, last part. All right. LeBron James, right? Ain't that how they say it, right? LeBron James, right? People talk about LeBron James, but we talk about when the opportunity arises, being prepared. LeBron James goes through what they call 3 seasons during this season, right? We know you got postseason, that's after the season, then you got preseason, that's right before the season, right? Best players are made in the off season, postseason. Then you got the preseason. Now you're trying to, level out. But he has preseason, during the season, and then he has playoffs. So in the postseason, you see him on all his social medias, getting groovy and having fun. Preseason, you still see it. During the season, he still has his presence, but it's kind of more family. He's mindful. Postseason, LeBron James goes dark. He gets off social media, right? Don't really, his wife might post something or whatever, but don't really have a lot to say to the public because now, right, I talk about Isaiah Thomas where everything gets big and it slows down, right? That's because he's focused. So sometimes we walk around and we have fog lights. We looking at everything that go on near us, which is good because you always got to stay on your square, right? That's what me and my age group always say: stay on your square, keep your head on the swivel, right? Always be able to look around, see what's going on, know what's happening around you. But sometimes we can be nosy because we got them fog lights and we get distracted by stuff. Supposed to be going here and then you look, you ever, drive and you like, man, what they do, let me, you zone in, right? But then in the wintertime, especially in Chicago, when it starts snowing or raining, right? And your vision come like this. And don't let it be a big blizzard. But now you like this. You 10 and 2. Real, no matter how cool you are, you 10 and 2. Because it's slippery, they ain't did the roads. We know how it is, right? And you focus, you laser focus. That's what LeBron James do. Head on a swivel. There you go, B. That's what LeBron James do. LeBron James goes dark in the playoffs because he has a mission. He has an opportunity to win another championship every year. So is he going to be prepared? You're damn right. And even though he might not win, again, I told you I'm a Michael Jordan fan to the heart, right? But you can't take away what the man has done. He's been to the NBA Finals, last 7 years? Last 7, he's been to the NBA Finals. So he has that opportunity. The worst thing that can happen to a rookie is they win a championship. Any sport, football, basketball, baseball, they think it's easy. And you might be working the rest of your career to get back to that point. So he has an opportunity every year that he's playing. He know it. This can be my last shot, so I have to be prepared. So in the postseason, I'm focused. Sometimes in life, that's what we have to do. Sometimes in life, we have to get serious and say, I need to get this done. I need to, write out a to-do list, or I need to, know that I have to do certain things. I got to get focused. He cuts his social media off. Sometimes we might have to cut some people off. And it don't mean, it ain't personal, but when you on a mission, when you're trying to prepare yourself for that next opportunity, you got to do things different. So you can't be hanging with the Joneses and, with the crowd. Because if you're doing what everybody else doing, you're going to get what everybody else getting. And now sometimes that can be a good thing, if you hang around positive people, and they, everybody about something. But even those people are focused. Let's just say that you got a group, say a group of 5 friends, right? And I'm just using 5, just kind of round number. Group of 5 friends, and everybody got their own business, and everybody is focused. You go to business meetings, y'all, eating together, whatever. But we ain't spending all our time together. We know, okay, hey, we're gonna meet for lunch every day at 12 o'clock. But when you get to that level and everybody focused, you got what they call accountability partners. So let me ask, who's your accountability partner? Like, are you around people that ain't gonna hold you accountable? Say, hey man, that's bogus. Or even, hey man, that's sweet. And I tell kids that I work with, I want to kind of keep it simple for them. I say, if you got a book in your nose and your boy don't tell you, ain't really your friend. Or, girl, if walking around and your bra strap showing or your breath stank and ain't no, your girl ain't telling you, she bogus. My friends sometimes tell the hard truth. Granddad used to say, hang with 9 broke ninjas, you bound to be the 10th. All day, B. My daddy used to tell me, show me your friends, I'll tell you your future. Same thing, baby. Same thing. So sometime in life, we got to get focused. That's what LeBron James do. Again, life in basketball. He goes dark. I'm zoning in. It's me and my teammates. This is a 2-month road trip. I'm focused like we're on a road trip. 2 months. I saw a clip, yesterday. He in the gym doing dribbling drills with Kyrie. If he get Kyrie handles, even at his age, ooh, it's over. And again, I ain't the biggest LeBron James fan, but I got to give it up. If he get handles like Kyrie, like Uncle Drew, if he get handles like Uncle Drew, it's over. But he going dark. So are you going dark? Who's your accountability partners? Who's holding you accountable for some of the things that you do or may not do? Some of the things that you should do. Like who's helping you along the path? My boy Brian is on, and I mean, we've been knowing each other since '93, and people always say different cloth, but I think our generation, for the most part, was different. We came into college, we all kind of, spoke the same language, so to speak, come from different areas. And the basketball coach, I said, in my book, I was always right, the chubbiest sometime, when, so I ain't necessarily changed my body composition. I always kind of been like this, no matter where, I've been, but don't get it twisted. I'll put you in the bucket. Don't get it twisted. This is a basketball show. I will put you in the bucket. But, it be times where, they play football, I play basketball. They know, hey, man, coach say, you need to bring it down a couple pounds. It's, 9, 10 o'clock. I'm not, man, hey, man, come on, man, let's go to the stove. They're like, dude, you better go drink some damn water and go to bed. Right? I didn't want to hear that. Drink some water, get full, go to bed. Now you ain't eating and going to sleep. They trying to help me out. But now, to this day, I got my boy B I can call from a business side. And now we doing business, and trying to set up more businesses. But he got his business, I got my businesses, and we trying to, link and see how we can build to correlate and help each other, but grow simultaneously to be able to help our offspring, our daughters. I got a son now too, right? B stopped. But sometimes you got to have them accountability partners. That's what LeBron James has done. He went dark. So, that's all that I want to bring. Again, I don't know on IG. I don't know how the live works with IG. I don't think you can save it or share it. I don't know how that really works. You kind of got to catch it when it's done. But, this show is being recorded on my Facebook. I will be, launching it. It will be on my YouTube page. Go to Blessed to Ball, Skill Development. All right. Our YouTube page. This show will be on there. Tell friends about it. Be say corporative economics. Man, if we understand that if we work together, we can take over. And not even take over, but we can just do what's right. And, I deal with the whole financial movement and financial education. I can, we will be getting into that in this show also, but corporative economics, man. Like if we only knew the power that we had in our money and in our decision making, right? If Shaq knew the power of his post game, why the hell would he be out shooting threes? He ain't gonna win no championship like that, boss. And then guess what Kobe will do though? You better get down there, big fella, or you won't touch it out here. You won't get it. Because together we win. Together they both won without each other, but together we dominate. We trying to dominate. So you got to know where you fit in, know what you can do, and be prepared for that opportunity. So again, B say L.A. LaMarcus Aldridge. Well, he a different dude. You know, he can step out there and shoot threes. You know, but that's almost like Brad Sellers back in the day when we came up, right? Brad Sellers said, "Brad, man, get down there and work in the post," right? But he wasn't prepared, right? Because he was too thin, right? L.A. You know, he show you what he can do. You know, he can go in the post, he can step out, he can run the court. You know, that brings me to another Thursday. I'm gonna probably talk about that, being marketable. Being marketable. Yeah, yeah. You need posts. You don't know. Being marketable. Are you marketable? What else can you do? That's gonna be a whole show Thursday. Thursday at 4 o'clock. But like I said, opportunities. Are you prepared for that opportunity? And when you get that opportunity, what you gonna do with it? So again, man, today's show is being brought to you by Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. Year-round skill development academy where we work on physical, mental, social, emotional, physical, academic, all of those concepts and all of those entities to help you become a better individual. And we use the game of basketball to do that. So this show is being brought to you by Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. All right. Understanding life through the game of basketball. Any good coach, any good teacher, any good leader. I said it earlier on the personal Facebook Live. If you're a coach, if you're a teacher, if you're a leader of people, evangelical, spiritual, coaching, teacher, parent, whatever it is, if you're not learning from those that you're serving, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. If you're not learning from those that you're serving, I had a class yesterday. 4 students, 2 girls, 2 boys. And I learned from them, maybe not as much as they learn from me, but I try to find things to learn every time I get up. So nobody can tell me I may have didn't know that a kid had a certain pair of shoes or liked a certain player, right? That's learning something. But if you're not deeply learning from those that you are serving, hear me and pass this out. Tweet it, Facebook it, IG it, tweet it, whatever you got to do. If you're in a position of leadership, parent, educator, spiritual, job, if you're not learning from those that you are serving, those that are under you, you need to really reevaluate what you're doing. Because everybody in leadership aren't leaders. And that's not to bash nobody. But if you're in a position of leadership, all right, your job is to create leaders. And you can't create leaders if you're not learning that individual. Because you don't really know what they need. So that's what this show is. I want to bring awareness to life and basketball. That's the name of this show. Life and basketball. Yes, we we've registered it to life and basketball. The reason why I started Bless the Ball TV, all right, even Bless the Ball, the company, and now Life and Basketball is because there's too many people out here cheating our kids. Too many people out here cheating our kids. They aren't giving them the necessary tools to be productive. Now, there are some hell of a good individuals out here from a basketball standpoint, teaching standpoint, leadership standpoint. There's some good ones out here. And I take my hat off to them and I call it out in the door. In the door. But it's not enough. One of the things that I say is gym teachers are failing our kids. When I was in gym, man, we did every sport. Because, again, being marketable, I'm going to talk about that Thursday on the show, but we had to be prepared for our opportunity. So we did soccer, we did basketball, we did softball, we did floor hockey, we did flag football, we did track and field, we had physical fitness week. Like, we went through everything and we had to learn about that sport. If it was 6 weeks, whatever, like we would learn about that sport, have to take a test on it. All right, maybe I'm showing my age, but we had to take a test on it. Then we would be able to play. We had to learn. We had to be students. And a lot of kids not getting it nowadays. I get kids, and the same thing that I can teach a fourth grader, I can teach somebody that think they're going overseas to play professional basketball. Same move. Same move. Basketball is universal. But you're just doing it at a different speed, different rate, different intensity level. But you still have to know it up here. And so if I'm a leader, I have to know you. I have to study you. I have to learn you to know what it is that you need, what it is that you can't do, what it is that you can do. Then I have to make you better. That's what this book does. All right, this book gives you pointers. All right, gives you tips. And it just takes you kind of through my journey of the things that, things I've studied, people I've studied, to give you insight on building a good team, building good team chemistry, being able to take those egos and make a community out of it. So again, I'm going to drop it in the links, after this is over. HTTP bit.ly/bless the ball book, bit.ly/bless number 2 ball book. Go pick it up. Great read. All right, so we have 48 minutes, guys. That's basically my time. Do anybody have any questions? Anyone have any questions on anything? Let me answer them. Let's get to them before we sign off. Any questions? Well, I hope that everyone was able to learn something from this show. If you saw it live, you saw it on Instagram, saw it on Facebook, if you saw it on YouTube, if it was shared with you, I hope you learned something from it. Join us Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4:00 p.m. I'm in the Bless the Ball studios right now. Sometime we may be on location. We may be in the gym, maybe, at the park, may even be in the car, but, we will bring it to you. Life and basketball. And if nothing else, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. Work hard. Work hard, because somebody that you don't know is working harder. And it will come a point in time when you two meet. And if you ain't been working, they're going to beat you. So prepare so you can get the best of them. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Life in Basketball. We out. Peace.